Hey bears, I am the Gaming-Grizzly and welcome to my top 10 tips and tricks for Specters in Home Sweet Home Survive. Since this video took quite some time to create, I would appreciate it if you could leave me a fat like, a comment in the comment section below, and if you are new, make sure to subscribe to the Gaming-Grizzly. Alright, tip number 1, Specter Basics. Each Specter has a different playstyle. Just like the survivors, each Specter has 3 base stats. Strength, which tells you how much damage you deal to survivors when hitting them. Movement speed, which determines how fast your normal movement speed is. And sneak, which shortens the radius of the invisible form. Tip number 2, active and passive perks. In addition to the unique stats, each Specter comes with different active and passive perks. Let's take the Specter Bell as example. Bell's active perk, Blood Portal, allows her to teleport to one random survivor, which is great for applying map pressure to the survivors, but keep in mind that active perk has a long cooldown timer of 90 seconds. Bell's passive perk, Blood Trail, creates a trail leading to the nearest survivor, which helps you keeping track of the movement of the survivor you are chasing. Tip number 3, global perks. Each Specter can carry 2 additional global perks, which you can purchase in the store. The helmet perk gives you a chance to avoid a stun. Stamina Train will train the stamina of the survivor when you are aiming at them. And Special Reception helps you to see survivors' aura more frequently when you're in the invisible form. Tip number 4, Protection and Specter Mode. Each Specter has the same 2 skills. Protection lets you create a shield that protects you from stuns and damage for 5 seconds. This skill has a cooldown of 20 seconds. It's important to know when to block. First of all, you need to predict the survivor's movement. If they are carrying a weapon that could stun you and you're getting closer, get ready to protect yourself. Survivors can also bring a perk that stuns the Specter when they are popping out of a locker, so it can be wise to use your protection before getting close to a survivor that is in a locker too. The Specter mode, or invisible form, can be activated to move faster on the map and to find survivors by seeing their aura. The Specter mode has a cooldown of 15 seconds. If you are too close to a survivor in the Specter mode, your screen will turn red. When you exit the Specter mode while you are in the red area, you cannot immediately attack. The best way to get a hit is by coming out of the Specter mode in front of a survivor, so they keep running into you. If you're behind them, you're just going to end up chasing them again. Tip number 5, hits. There are different situations in which you can or cannot hit survivors. Sometimes it's good to try to hit a survivor when they are going through holes in the wall or when they want to jump down on the map, because you can reach through the holes and you can hit while they are falling if the timing is right. You should also know that as soon as the teleport animations from pods, vents or the elevator are activated, survivors won't take damage. The same goes for the entering and exiting the locker animations. Tip number 6, double hits. Extremely difficult to pull off, but not impossible, is a double hit. If you swing the right way, you can hit more than one survivor with one attack. The best way to do that is if you see 2 survivors very close to each other, for example at a ritual site, and swing in the middle of these 2. Here in my clip, you can see that I hit Tim and Jane at the same time. It gives me the prompt that I attacked survivors twice, and you can see in the top right that Jane was taking damage and Tim ended up being killed. Tip number 7, blocking the way. If you stay in the right position, for example inside a door, survivors can't pass you or have problems doing so. So blocking off their way and trapping them in between you and the door will allow you to hit them again easier. Tip number 8, destroy doors early game. When the game starts, most doors are closed on the map. Make sure to destroy the doors since survivors could open them and use them to loop you around. Early game, this is especially good because you can destroy them while searching for your first target, and because all of your skills, except of protection, are in a 1-minute cooldown anyway. Tip number 9, sound cues. Sound cues as well as visual cues are an important feature in the game when it comes to playing Specter. Sound cues are triggered when survivors are missing a calibration or using the teleportation option on the map. As soon as a sound cue is triggered, you will also receive a red visual cue which will indicate where the survivor is in this very moment. You can also hear survivors breathe inside lockers. So as you can see, listening to the game's sounds is very important. Tip number 10. Know the map. Knowing the map comes over time. The more you play, the more experience you will get. But I want to mention a few things anyway. It's important to know the map and routes survivors can take to loop you around, so you can cut off their way. If you all of a sudden lost a survivor, it's possible that they are hiding in a locker nearby. Vents on the abandoned hospital map or the pods on the swamp map always have one entry point and one exit point. That means as soon as the survivor enters them, you should know where they are coming out, so you can immediately move to the exit and give that survivor a hit. There are rooms, for example, with only one exit, so you don't necessarily have to enter that room. Just wait at the door until the survivor starts moving into your direction to get out of there and give them a hit. Tip number 11. Rituals and portals. The main objective for the survivors is to finish rituals, so once a ritual site is yellow, make sure to check that ritual site frequently, because chances are high that survivors are trying to finish the ritual there. The same logic applies to the portal's endgame. Survivors might try to escape through the portals, so make sure to move there once they are activated. Tip number 12. Revive timer. When you kill the survivor for the first time, make sure to remember the location of their soul. If you look in the top right, you can see the 2-minute timer starting. And once that timer stops, it's an indicator that someone just picked up that soul. Now you can move into the direction where you killed the survivor, knowing someone else is in this area. Tip number 13. Know the survivors. Knowing your enemy is just as important as knowing yourself. Each survivor has different perks, so keep in mind that Tim, for example, obtains a Nona metal knife that can stun you every 25 seconds if he is not carrying any other item. Or Jane and Uncle Pi have a very high stamina, so if they are carrying an energy drink, they can run a very long time, making it difficult to catch up to them. Each survivor is just as unique as each Specter, so you can see, knowing your enemy can be a big advantage. Tip number 14. Taking damage. In Home Sweet Home Survive, the Specter can be exorcised, which basically means the Specter can be killed. But keep in mind that you as Specter will not take any damage before 2 rituals are completed. You can get stunned, yes, but you won't take damage. The damage taken is greatly increased once all rituals are completed. You definitely want to keep your health bar in mind once at least 2 rituals are completed, because survivors might attempt to defeat you instead of leaving through the portals. And those were my top tips and tricks for the Specter side in Home Sweet Home Survive. I hope this video helped you out. If so, make sure to leave me a fat like, a comment in the comment section below, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the Gaming-Grizzly. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!